So I want to ask you about developing this car, Peter. But first I want to take us back. What were you trying to accomplish with Tesla with the Model S? What was the sort of big goal there?
Well, the goal was to prove the viability of an electric car in the luxury sector and really show the benefits of going electric, to prove that it wasn't just possible, but actually an electric car could be superior to its existing internal combustion engine powered counterparts.
Superior in what ways?
In so many ways, in terms of tractability, instant torque, in comfort, in roominess, in so many dimensions which had not been really perceived possible up till then.
The torque alone, like just that initial speed from the Tesla Model S, and from the Roadster for that matter too.
Absolutely.
Both had this fantastic pickup.
Absolutely. The Roadster started proving that. It was transformative. And it exploded this myth that an electric vehicle is more like a milk float or a golf cart.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet the issues of sort of reliability, distance also started to loom really large there.
Oh yeah, I mean, range anxiety has been a bugbear for EV, for the widespread adoption of electric vehicles for many years.
So you take those learnings and then you create this Lucid. What am I seeing here? This is a beautiful car.
Well, this is the next generation electric car. This is taking electrification to a whole new level and rewriting the rule book.
And so what do I see? What's very special about this?
Well, so many things. I mean, if you look at the lighting system here, which is revolutionary and developed in-house, this is a micro lens array.
Right.
Instead of a conventional system, which is kind of inspired by the human eyes,
right,
we take inspiration from nature, from insect eyes. And each of these modules has 487 individual lenses. So we have nearly 10,000 micro lenses powering the lighting system. And this gives us significant advantages in terms of safety and efficiency. And it also transforms the look of the car.
Well, it's really cool looking in the front, but also it seems that the glass goes really high. I know that Tesla and the Model X talked about this. I talked to Elon once about this, about sort of
Sure.
the difficulty of designing this.
Sure.
Because it gives you a better view, but it gives you more light hitting you in the face.
Absolutely.
You've got
Absolutely.
The windshield wipers are an issue.
Well, we're working on advanced coatings which can reduce the infrared transmitted and the ultraviolet down to about 1.5%. And we'll also have an electrochromic function in this. So I think that this gives the best of both worlds, and it gives an extraordinary airy feeling to driver and passenger alike, really synonymous with the name of the car, the Air.
Right. So what is it that, when you look at this car, where in terms of sort of production, what's your schedule like with this?
Okay, so this is an alpha prototype which we've beautified to make it look production representative. It's a driving car, it's one of our alpha fleet. We've got alphas running now. In a year's time, we'll have betas running. In 2 years' time, we go to production in 2019.
What's your production expectation?
Well, the first year, we anticipate making about a modest number, maybe about 7,000 or 8,000 cars. We won't be demand constrained. We'll be constrained by our ability to mass produce a quality product. We'll finesse those processes, production processes, and gradually ramp up the production, maintaining excellent quality.
One of the things that's interesting to me about the Model S is, from a design standpoint, the cars really kind of looked the same now about 3 years into production. So maybe I'm overly critical of Tesla, but to me it starts to look stale after 3 years. The car needs an update, needs a refresh, needs a change, not just inside.
Yeah.
What's your approach to that?
Well, I think
and you can tell me I'm wrong.
Well, actually, that's a very interesting point, because actually Model S, beautiful looking car, but it's quite traditional in its design from the get-go. And it was really styled as a rather traditional type of design. Here we're taking what's possible with electrification. We've got this long cab. We're designing interactively with engineering. And we have a new proportion, a new look to the car altogether.
Right, agreed. But is this going to have to change every 2 or 3 years, or do you think you can lock in a design?
I really believe that a great design is timeless and can endure the years. So we're not looking to have multiple design evolutions.
Right. But a 63 Vet's cool, so is a 62 Vet.
Oh, yes.
But there were changes.
Yes, well, that's a possibility in the future.
Okay. So where are you going to make these cars?
We're going to make them at Casa Grande in the state of Arizona, just south of Phoenix, just north of Tucson.
And what are the advantages of making it there?
Well, it's in the US, it's close to our base in California. And it's a great location. It's got all the infrastructure. It's close to the interstate network. It's got a railhead. It's got all the utilities available on that site.
I'm intrigued by the fact that not just Tesla, Google, Apple, Ford, Delphi, all these companies, GM, they're all hiring Silicon Valley. They're all looking at electrification of cars, but they're also looking just at semi-autonomous things, things that aid the driver.
Absolutely.
And it's got to make your job harder because it's just harder to hire the best people.
Well, absolutely. This is exactly the hot spot for talent internationally now. Everyone's racing to Silicon Valley, and there's an explosive impact because we're seeing this conflation of electric car, we're seeing the connected car, and the emergence of ride-sharing and autonomous driving. And it does make the challenge greater because we've got to think ahead to this new era of luxury mobility. And we believe this car fits the bill ideally.